For this animation, we could do it two different ways. We could just photograph the raindrop balls moving down the frame, and that would look really neat. But if we want to make it look really cool, we can stretch the raindrop shapes as the raindrop falls to make it look like it's really falling. Let me show you what I mean. On the left, we have a raindrop that is going to fall as a perfect circle. On the right, as the raindrop falls, I'm going to stretch out the Play-Doh a little bit at a time. Do you see the difference? What I'm showing you is one of the fundamental principles of animation. This technique is called squash and stretch. What we are doing is changing the shape of the Play-Doh for each frame to make it look like the raindrop has some flexibility to it. When you watch a rainstorm, it doesn't look like little balls of water are falling in the sky, it looks like lines of water. Let me show you this principle in motion again. This is a Play-Doh ball bouncing. This ball has no squashing or stretching going on. Now for this ball, as it falls through the air, we will stretch it, and then when it hits the ground, we're going to squash it. But when it flies back into the air on the bounce, we're going to stretch it again. This gives the ball a lively feel to it. If you want, you can use a ball of Play-Doh to practice this principle. Let's use this principle as we film our raining cloud. Alright, so I took the blue paper out from underneath the cloud and put the cloud on the Play-Doh things like we talked about so that there's some depth for our cloud so that our raindrops have a place to come under. So now we have our camera set up and ready to shoot. We're going to click on New Movie, and then we are going to click on Camera, the camera button in the corner, and here you can see the cloud. And over here we have the raindrops we're going to bring in a little minute. I'm just going to keep them off to the side of the frame. Now, I think a really nifty tip for this video would be to click on those grid lines. Those can help us as we bring our raindrops down to kind of keep them all in line with each other. For this video, let's go off of automatic mode. We know that if we're in automatic mode, the computer inside of the device is making all the decisions for us. But sometimes that doesn't always look the best, and it will kind of change colors as we go, or change how bright and how dark it is as we go through our video, but we want to be the ones in charge of that. So we're going to scroll all the way over to the M on manual mode. Right next to the M, there is an AW button. This controls color temperature. You might already know this, but did you know that light is different colors? Maybe you've noticed the lights in your house are a little extra yellow, or maybe even a little bit blue. Different sources of light have different colors. These colors are also called temperatures. Some light is warmer, colors like yellows and oranges, and other light is colder, like whites and blues. The color of light in the shade is a cooler blue. The color of light on a cloudy day is just a little bit warmer. The color of sunlight at midday is even warmer than the cloudy day. But as the sun sets, the color of light gets really nice and warm. The glow of a candle, though, it's warmest of them all. I want you to choose the color temperature that looks the best for your video. I'm going to choose this one. The next button over is the focus button. You can just kind of move that slider back and forth to find the most in focus, the most sharp picture that you can by moving those numbers. For me, that's just at about a 9. Then you have a plus and minus button. This is the ISO. The ISO is how sensitive our camera is to light. The further you move that slider, the brighter it gets. I'm going to keep mine at 50 right now, but depending on the lighting situation you're in, you might want to go up to 100 or 200 or 400, just depending on how light and dark it is where you are. And then next to that, you have a shutter button. And the shutter, it's controlling the shutter speed, how fast your device is taking the picture. Let's see, when you come this way, If you come to these numbers over here, 1/30, 1/25, your picture is being taken more slowly, so more light is able to get in to the camera. If you come over here to these bigger numbers, 1/200, your camera is going faster, and so less light is able to come in. So the further you go, the darker it's going to become. So I want you to just scroll back and forth until you find a place that you feel good about the brightness of your scene. So I'm gonna go there. I'm just gonna double check that I like that. I like that.